Okay, I want to talk to you about something real quick here. Don't ever stand and shoot at somebody. Don't stand here. Don't even stand here bladed and all that, you know. Some of us got a little bit more of a side target than some others. But don't ever do this. You move while you fire. Now, I know a lot of ranges won't allow that, but if you talk to some of them, they'll allow you. If you explain to them why you're doing it, and they know you and you're not a crazy nutball or something like that, and you know what you're doing with weaponry, a lot of them won't have a problem with it as long as you do it, kind of on the off hours. The range I used to go to, they did a lot of law enforcement. They actually had a contract with the city police. City police would come out and shoot on their ranges. And I talked to a couple of guys, they knew me, they knew my background, so they would allow me to pretty much do anything I wanted, really. But here's something you can practice at home. There, got my airsoft gun with a nice little fake suppressor on it. But the important part is it's got a laser. If you've got a pistol or a rifle with a laser sight on it, or you got one of them shooting laser systems, use that. This with me feels better. But what you do is just turn that laser on and you target it at your wall or whatever. I'm using a lens. You can tell I'm not cheating. You just keep it on there. Then you move. And use that simulating your firing. Now it's okay if you move. You can see you can see me wimbling around. But what you don't see is I'm gonna do it this way. Is all my shots are going to stay in that circle right there. Now you can go forward, you come to the side, go to the other side, I can go down, come back up, go back, go to one hand, switch hands, and all my rounds, whenever I would have fired, would have been in that little circle. The reason you do that is because, let's say you're shooting at me. Well, I'm going to fire right back at you. But if you're moving, now I've got to move. And that's something a lot of, punks, street criminals and stuff don't practice. They practice this, if they practice at all. They're doing that cool shooting, one-handed, pointing it like this. Which I never got that. I can understand if you're like 2 feet away from the person, but if you're more than a couple feet, you're shooting the ground. Go ahead. If you want to shoot the ground in front of me, go right ahead, because I'm going to shoot the ground that's behind you, but I'm going through you to get to it. So, But these are things that you got to practice. In concealed carry, or even for, duty officers, security, what have you, speed is not the thing. Speed is part of it. Speed and accuracy are what wins gunfights. Speed alone does not do anything. I used to know a guy who was in the Army with me. He carried a concealed gun. Now, I can't remember, I think it was a SIG, one of the SIGs. But he was talking about how fast he is, how quick he is, and how fast he is, and all this stuff. And he proved it. He brought in his weapon one time and he cleared it, put it in his concealment holster, put his shirt on, in and out. Pulled that weapon, pointed at the wall so fast I didn't even see it. It was just amazing how fast he was. So, I'm thinking, this is a pretty good guy. I'm watching my back, If he's that quick from concealment, imagine how quick he is from a regular holster on duty belt. So we go to the range, and we carry Beretta 9 mils. He can't shoot straight. And that's not a good thing. You might be able to whip it out quicker than that guy can, but if you can't shoot him, he's going to kill you. So that's why I always tell people, forget speed, practice accuracy first. Be able to nail your target. Consistently, every single time you pull that trigger, your bullet hits on target. Now, you don't have to be able to hit, that big of a circle at 100 feet. But you should be able to hit a man at no matter what range you're at. And then you work on speed, because the speed is nothing. The speed is just muscle memory of pulling it, pointing, pulling, pointing, pulling, pointing. And that's it. You know, I mean, you could just sit there and do this all day long. And I suggest actually do to get your arm used to coming up, drawing your weapon. I don't know why I'm hitting it, but you know, just get your arms used to doing this. Then actually pull the weapon, reholster, pull, pull. Get your body used to doing this. I'm purposely pointing all that way, by the way. You know, get used to that feel in your hand. Get used to taking that grip immediately. You know, get used to that second hand come up. Pull it off. Do some single-handed. Ow! I snagged myself there. You know? But get your body used to it. Because as long as because once you do this, it's just like you're shooting at the range. You know? There's no difference between this, picking it up off the bench, shooting it, and pulling out your holster and shooting it. You're still going to end up in the firing position that you've always been in. That goes with any weapon. Whether it's a little baby pistol that you can barely get your fingers around, to a perfectly great sized pistol. I love those J-frames. I love them. To, you know, a full-size duty weapon. That's the end of that.